Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Keep on the Shadowfell. On the Shadowfell. I'm Simon at Wandering DM. Welcome to tonight's show. Here with me are Manny playing Sprig, Quentin playing Henry Purr, and Matt playing Venom, the Eldritch Knight. See, now this time I did the introduction for everyone. Yeah, I'm trying new things. And our dungeon master, who's chance to speak, will come up in a moment. But right before that, I just wanted to say that we are now sponsored by Mage Hand Press. So if you go to store.magehandpress.com, or if you look below, you can click on the image, the Mage Hand Press logo, go to the store, use code WanderingDM, and you get 15% off anything you buy. Mage Hand Press are the cool folks who did the Dark Matter campaign setting that we play here on Tuesdays. So yeah, if you want to see Dark Matter, you can tune in on Tuesdays. Otherwise, you can go to their website and buy their merch. They're awesome, and they make a bunch of stuff for D&D. Yeah. I will speak on their behalf and say yes. Though whatever I say is probably not legally binding. Alright, so on that note, Steven, please, take us away.
The Rumble? No. So I think we start back in the basement again. Vishard holding grievous wounds, and we see this red wizard take the gnome Tomorn in a headlock, and he reaches out his hand and he says, "The stone!" And then we kind of get a flash to you all outside, discussing the course of action and what should be done about bringing the Red Wizard the Stone of Thalgalor, the Heart of Thalgalor, in trade for Tomorn. It's about midnight as we see you exiting back into the streets under the cover of darkness. What do you do?
We established the last episode that I'm leading the crew through the streets because of my city streets.
Right.
So I would probably take them to the Myrmidon first.
Okay.
Because in Sprig's mind, we need to figure out exactly what we're doing, and the Myrmidon is probably the best place to go because the stone and all that jazz.
That sounds like a good idea to me. How's everybody else feel?
I'm okay with it.
Also feels like a good idea. Are thugs going to attack us?
Who knows?
That sounds like a fine plan to convene our plans and secrets.
Yeah, and if anything, we can get the stone for the wizard. If all else fails.
The wizards.
Yeah.
Didn't we say we wanted to go see the war wizards?
Yeah, that's one thing that we had discussed, going and asking help from the Cormyrian Royal War Wizards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this isn't like a getting rid of that plan. It's just a stop on the way so that in character we can convene and solidify a plan of action. So
cool. So I think we see the D&D symbol fly really close to the screen and then spin really close away from the screen, and we pick up with the busking sounds of a tabaxi minstrel playing a song and speaking of her homeland. have you all gone upstairs to Martin's room, or are you meeting publicly down in the tavern area?
I think Martin's room.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Then I think when you come back, we hear like the fading of the music from downstairs and the heavy footsteps up the stairs, and we see a hand knock heavily on the door, and Martin answers it. He looks worried, and he says, "Did you get the book?"
Oh,
Yes, we did. But we have some more pressing matters.
Oh, well, please, come in, yes.
I look uncomfortably at everyone.
Sprig just goes inside without even like second thought. Like, I wonder why Vash is uncomfortable. Just like walks in.
I'll look left and right eerily, then walk in.
Good one. He says, more pressing matters. What could it be? And he goes over to the little side table he has in the corner and grabs an old mug of coffee and downs it, slams it back down. His eyes are bloodshot.
Now, before we tell you what the pressing matter is, I believe that we agreed on a pearl was.
Oh, yes. And he like digs around and he's like, not that bucket. What did I do with it? Oh, yes. And he goes and he walks over to his book and he unfolds it. It slams heavily back on the table, rattles the dishes that are stacked up now nearly to the ceiling. And he says, here it is. And he comes over and he says, and he goes to hand it to Dr. Henry, and then he stops and he's like, fish, he doesn't know who to hand it to, and he just kind of sticks out his hand.
I believe we need Venom to have that.
Yeah, so Venom will walk up and take it from his hand.
Oh, well, thank you dearly. May I have the book?
Yeah, but by all means, whoever has it.
Yeah, I think I'm the one that took it.
Yeah.
I'll hand it to Martin. Here's the book.
Great. He goes and he goes and he like starts flipping through it, and he says, pressing matters. Whatever do you mean?
We need the stone.
Oh,
The heart.
Yeah, but it's a stone, right?
Well, it might be now, but it's still technically a heart, I think.
yes, technically it is a heart that is turned to a stone, so I feel calling it either would be sufficient.
Yeah, but we kind of need it. Just for a little bit.
Well, how come, might I ask?
Because of the wizard that's probably a thing, and that's also maybe a dragon cultist stole it, and then we needed to get a friend back, and like then there's also like this hostage situation, but we need it so we can take it over to the other wizards who aren't bad, and then also possibly save the father of an unborn child, and maybe they'll want to keep it, but we don't know, but we also need like a lead box, and it's like this whole thing, and I just need it for like.
Wow. What have we got ourselves into?
Yeah, pretty much what Sprigg said.
Now, let me see if I heard you right. You said there was a child who was a red wizard, and they needed a lead box.
There is a red wizard holding Sprigg's friend hostage.
Friend is a strong word.
Oh, dear.
He's holding someone Sprigg knows hostage. An acquaintance, if you will.
Well, how does it line up, might I ask?
The Thayan wizard that wants... It's a Thayan wizard who wants the stone. That's the person who's holding the hostage.
And the hostage is the father of this woman's unborn child. And I just kind of push the wife a little bit forward.
She kind of just stands there and waves. And Martin says, "You brought her too? Do they know that I have the stone?"
No, I think Vash said we sold it for money.
Yeah.
Which isn't entirely untrue.
It's a pretty good cover, I would think. Did he believe you?
You know, I can't honestly say for sure on that. Reading faces isn't really our forte.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty good at it. Right now, you're thinking about mead.
And
Actually, Sprig, I was thinking about becoming a bread pirate.
A what?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay. You better. Don't get my hopes up.
funny.
Throwbacks. Now, Martin, we're going to do everything in our power to not let the stone get into this dragon cultist's hands.
Yes. We couldn't give it to. So the Thayan is a dragon cultist.
Actually, I think he's a shark cultist. I think because, like, Shar is the goddess of lies and fried bread. So why would they have their own, why would a shark cultist, like, use their own robes and not the robes of another deity?
Does that check out?
It might. It's all that to say, we need the stone to save a life, and we'll trick the wizard into handing us the hostage and making sure that the stone doesn't fall into their hands.
Well, I need the stone. It's very important for my work, and I was just about to leave anyway.
Please.
Are you going to give it to them?
Venom, do you want to explain your plan?
Give is not exactly what we were thinking, but we did want to take it from you to keep it safe. We were hoping to tip off the war wizards of our meeting, and hopefully they would intervene on our behalf.
Well, they're a tricksy sort. I wouldn't trust them, but I don't trust many people these days.
You trust us, don't you?
Well, I do, yes.
And look where that got him.
The thing that he wanted?
It sounds too risky. I can't part with the stone. Not just like that.
Well, I mean, okay, so here's something for you to, like, consider, is that the red wizards are bad. Everybody knows that. They, like, eat children, and they raise dead puppies or something. I don't actually know what they do. They're bad, right? So if the red wizard does bad things to us and makes us tell him where the stone is, and you're the person that has it because our plan failed, then he's gonna start looking for you.
I'm afraid they might already be looking for me. I knew this was going to happen.
This just keeps getting better and better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I told you that I thought I had been followed by cultists, dragon cultists. I did tell you that, didn't I?
Well, you
No.
told us you were clear of them.
Well, like I said, I thought I had at least a few days. They're getting quicker. Good for them. No, not good for them. Pardon me, my head is not with me tonight. I need to read that book. I have to find out where the other pieces are.
Well, maybe we need to take a quick break anyway, right? Maybe you can read the book for the moment. And while you do that, Venin, you're a wizard. And you need that pearl to find out what our magic stuff does. So why don't we just take care of that right now? And then we can go to the wizards for help.
And while Martin's reading the book here, we can also maybe discuss the possibility that we may have to sacrifice your friend, Sprig, for the sake of the greater good.
Not in front of his wife.
Why is she still here?
This is the second time, you guys.
Maybe I'll just go get some drinks for everybody. She turns around and walks downstairs, leaving the door open.
Why is she always there?
Good job, Henry.
Sprig is just gonna close the door. But then is also gonna dig around in their backpack for the curled stick, the pestle, and the mortar. From the fancy bowl or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And put them out for Venin to identify.
Cool, yeah.
Wouldn't it be fun if the wand was a wand of disintegrate?
That would be
be
awesome.
very fun.
Yeah,
very,
I'd be like,
very fun.
Sprig, I don't think you should hold on to that right now.
Yeah. So do we cast Identify on these things? Can you do it on more than one object at a time?
No, it's one at a time.
Like one per casting of the spell, or?
Yeah, one per casting of the spell.
All right. So yeah, there's a bent stick and like a mortar and pestle.
Yeah, I'll do the mortar and pestle first. It takes 11. How do rituals work? Is it?
It's 10 minutes plus the casting time.
Yeah, so it's 11 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. What does it look like for you to cast this ritual? What does Venin go about doing?
Yeah, so I lay the mortar and pestle in front of me, and then I take the pearl and set the pearl inside, and then rub an owl feather kind of along the edge of it, and then kind of just a faint blue aura kind of surrounds it, and then I kind of move my hand, kind of feeling the aura to see what the magical effects may be.
Yeah, that's cool. And I think like as you do that, and especially like if you maybe pick up the feather again and ring it around the bowl begins like humming and singing like with a, and this blue aura like grows like larger and larger for everyone to see. And it's at that time that like the realization just pops into your head. And you've heard of these. They're singing bowls of protection. It works very similar to a scroll of protection, but it lasts in an area of effect for the amount of time that you move the pestle around the bowl to make it sing. And you'd know it was protection against undead too.
So wait, so you have to walk around stirring the bowl? Okay, I like it.
That's pretty cool. And so the effect only lasts so long as it's humming.
Right.
That's cool.
I mean, but you know, it might come in use.
The Thayans and undead, you guys.
It's a lich.
This totally seems like a plot relevant item.
Does it?
Do you
Maybe.
tell us what it does, Button, or do you keep it secret?
Yeah, I'll describe how it functions and what the effects would be.
So, it's a bowl that sings.
Precisely.
Does it sing that song about the guy that lives in a shoe? Because that's my favorite.
I don't believe so.
Oh,
Typically, it is a simple canticle of some sort.
I don't know what that is.
Like a song that they sing in church.
Church songs are the worst. What does the stick do?
I will need a moment. I'll take the wand and kind of do the same. First, rubbing the owl feather and then holding the pearl to kind of gauge the aura.
It's like I just take the alpha feather pearl and swallow it. Start casting spell.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, you identify this as it's definitely homemade. It's not something you would buy in like a store, but it's a wand of magic missile.
I will describe it to the rest of the group and be prepared to answer any questions that Sprig might have.
That sounds useful. Did you want to use it for tonight?
I suppose it could come in handy.
To be honest, I really don't think we can beat this Thayan with our combat capabilities just on our own.
Well, I mean, you have a
Deception and lies and maybe backup might be our only option. He did, I believe, cast a very minimal spell and almost killed Bashard outright.
I still feel the pain from that cantrip.
Well, no, I think you're right. I don't think we can kill him, but I think we can get Tomorn away. I saw you, Henry. You can turn into a rat. Can you turn into anything else?
I most definitely can, but as of right now, I can only do that once more per today.
As an aside, you regain your wild shapes on a short rest.
Have we taken a short rest?
Yeah, we took one at the end of last session.
I can only do that twice more per day, Sprig.
Okay, no, I had an idea. Can you turn into a cloud, or is it just small, minimal animals? Like, could you turn it into a fire, or?
No, I ain't. I can't turn into elements. Just generally small creatures that I've convened with before. Generally forest animals.
Okay, all right, okay. So what we need is a distraction, right? So that way we can get Tomorn away. We talked about using an empty lead box to to get close. Wait, that gets us close, but it doesn't get us away. So what if... Okay, so this one time when I was living in a barrel, a silverfish got into my ear, and like I had to stick my head in water for like 30 minutes. Not straight. That probably would have killed me. But like in order to get it to come out. So what if you turned into a small bug and like crawled into his ear and started making noises, and then when we got out, you could like crawl away and then turn into a bunny rabbit and run?
You know what? I would love for that to be a plan B, and to talk to the wizards to be a plan A.
No, I mean that would be the backup plan for getting away. I could sneak close with you on like my shoulder with Reginald, and then we could get you onto his clothes. I mean, if you're a small tiny bug, then he's probably not going to feel you. And then you just a distraction, and then we just run. We run like heck because I don't think we can fight. That's assuming, of course, that the war wizards don't want to arrest him.
That is true, but I'm going to put this in layman terms, Sprig. How easy is it for you to kill a bug? Maybe, have you ever squashed a fly?
I tried, but they're really hard to get.
Stepped on a beetle, perhaps?
Beetles are cute. Why would I do that?
Well, bugs are inherently easy to kill, and the hair on your body lets you know when they're crawling on you. It's kind of like a sense for it.
You have hair on your body?
Anyway, Sprig, if he so much as senses me and swats me, it could very well be the end of me. And then our plan would be not so foolproof anymore. Now, it is an idea, and I'm willing to try it if that's all we have. I will try to save your friend's life, but I am not willing to give this Thayan wizard the heart. So if it does mean that we have to cut our losses, and that does mean your friend, I do apologize, but for the greater good, his sacrifice might ripple for thousands.
One parent for everyone's parents. It's a hard call.
That doesn't mean that we're not gonna try.
Exactly.
That's all I can do. I have an idea. Martin, can I see that? Can you just pull the stone out for me real fast?
He's like hunched over this book, just like, and he just doesn't even hear you.
Martin, can you pull out the stone for me real fast?
The stone? Yes. And he reaches in like a saddlebag that's hanging off the back of his chair, and he pulls out this black stone. You can see in the light that it almost like around it, like the light, it gets darker the closer to the light that the stone gets, and it's almost as you look at it, you can each faintly hear the heartbeat in your head, or maybe it's just a trick in your mind.
I want to use minor illusion and just spend a couple of minutes practicing like creating an illusion that looks like the stone.
Okay.
I don't think this is going to be good enough to fool him, but maybe it's a plan C. That's what comes after B, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So, I found something quite interesting. Might I tell you all?
Sure.
I'm sorry. Matthew, you look like you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I I just don't even know how to respond. Yeah,
Same.
Benham will just silently nod.
He turns around and he says, "Here, Winterhaven." And as soon as he says that, you hear the shattering of glasses out in the hall and a very high-pitched, shrill scream from what sounds like a gnome woman.
Oh crap!
I'll
You know
rush
what? Maybe
downstairs.
we'll have to sacrifice one gnome woman too.
Quick, we have to save her.
I'll follow behind Bashard.
As everyone's going out and there's a distraction, I would
Oh,
like
God.
to use sleight of hand to get the stone.
Do it! Do it! Do it!
11.
All right.
Wait, do I have advantage because of the
Yes.
distraction?
Yes.
Yes. 20.
Ooh, 14. So you scooped up the stone.
It's now in my backpack. Heart of Thalgor.
So you rush out into the hallway and notice cultists. How did they get in here?
Well, we'll just wait for the city guard to go back upstairs.
They seem to be tussling with this gnome woman, Ophina, and she looks at you, Sprig, and she says, "Sprig, help!" And the cultists look up at you and say, "We don't want to have to hurt her. Give us the stone."
We had a deal.
Yeah, we're bringing the stone to your master. On the hander, you vile fiend.
He says, "First the stone," and then they all unsheath their swords. You can see there's an open window in the northeast corner of the room where they must have climbed in.
Just out of curiosity, this bit right here, is that railing or is that like actual cover?
Which one?
Like this. I'm assuming that like this.
Yeah, this is a rail, and then this is like the fire. Yeah. That's the rail, and then there's like a fire pit, and like the bar down here.
Okay, so like we're on the second floor.
Yeah.
Awesome. Vash, we can't let them take her. Do what you do best.
Oh, we're not here to take her. We're here to take the stone.
Well, come and get it. And I think the laugh is both in and out game.
Is that really your best line?
No, seriously, guys, we're about to give it to you. Like, just come and get it.
Steven said he wanted us to be super tropey, so
I did say that. Yeah.
No, but I'll whisper to Sprig. Plan C, Plan C.
Got it. And then I shoot one of them with a short bow.
All right, let's roll initiative.
It was your plan.
I forgot.
He doesn't remember Plan C. Oh wow.
Fine, I'll do what I do best. Get shot at.
I was gonna say, like, what does Simon actually do best? Because he just runs up. Gert!
Out of curiosity, did I get that shot off?
No, they
Okay.
like see you coming. All right. There we go. So I think that makes Benin go first.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see them all like unsheathing your sword, and then out the corner of your eye, you see Sprig like knocking an arrow and trying to get around the corner. And then what do you do?
Yeah, I'll push my way through the doorway and as I run, I'll kind of fumble with my new magical wand, and
Oh, sweet.
I'll go ahead and cast
Yeah, he's gonna magic missile all of them.
magic missile.
Awesome. So as you cast it, you figure out this one works a little differently. So this and you can choose not to do because I didn't tell you how it worked beforehand. So you can change if you wish.
No.
But it has 3 charges. You can spend up to 3 charges at once to shoot 3 magic missiles. And after that has been done, you roll a d6 to like recharge it, kind of like a dragon's breath recharge.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'll roll all 3.
All right. Oh, but if you roll a 1, it's out of charges. Like if you roll a 1 on the recharge.
Just turns
Got
into
it.
a stick.
Yeah.
It's homemade.
For forever or just for the day?
Forever.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's a 1 in 6 chance. What are the odds? I mean,
16.67%.
All right.
Damn. Can you tell Steven's a game designer?
Cool. So the
I'll
first one does 5 damage?
Oh yeah, should I roll for each of them?
Yeah. If you would, please.
Sure. And I will do them at the first one until he goes down.
Okay. So it takes all 3 of them to take him down. So yeah, you say the magic word, and with a spring of your wrist, 3 bolts of force leap off the stick, all almost simultaneously hitting this cultist. He, with a oof, drops to the ground. Whack, whack, whack.
All right, and roll 1d6.
Yeah.
I needed the money. No, damn
And
it.
I toss it over the railing and draw my sword.
Yeah. When you like cast the spell, the end of it just kind of like, and you just look at it. You're like, well, that's spent. You throw it over the railing.
My money.
oh, that's amazing.
Homemade. All right, so I think that makes it Dr. Henry's turn.
Yep. All right, I'll move here and I'll throw a flame at this guy.
Yeah.
Miss, and then I'll just like wave at everybody else, like, "Hey guys."
Yeah, flames leap out of your hand and hit this chair right here, and it catches a small fire on the side of the inn.
I mean, I guess I'll bonus action like Shillelagh, so and then I'll be done.
Yeah, that sounds appropriate. Vishard.
I'm going to move up here to have a better view of the cultist behind Gnome Lady. And I'm going to, as a bonus action, cast my last spell, Hunter's Mark, on that cultist. And use my
This one
action
here?
to fire my bow. Yeah, that one.
All right.
So, go longbow. On an 8.
Oh,
Yes. An 8 misses. I'm sorry.
Okay, because I was going to say if it hits, there's a problem.
Yeah, so you let this arrow loose. It flies over the open floor and sticks into the wall behind the cultist. She turns and looks at it and looks back at you, gritting her teeth. Makes it their turn.
they just throw the little gnome woman off the ledge. Just
Basically, these two rush up towards Vishard.
I mean, I guess like the wand going out the first time we used it also is pretty tropey. So,
And then she
Guys, we are killing it.
Yeah, tonight's our night.
she calls out to all the other ones and she says, "Find the stone. I know it's here." And they run to go get it.
I mean, our rolls are pretty hot tonight, guys. We should probably just take the wizard head on. Like,
Yeah. I mean, we're bound to crit at some point.
So this cultist attacks the doctor with an 11.
that's a miss.
Cool. So they all basically just run for their turn. And that makes it Sprig's turn.
Okay, Reginald, distraction, go! And then I'm going to fire. I'm going to pop around the corner. Just 1, 2, and fire an arrow at this one.
Okay.
Pop this open and short bow. 23 to hit.
That definitely hits.
9 points of damage with sneak attack.
I like it. So Vashard, an arrow flies over your shoulder, basically just appears over your shoulder in this guy's neck as he like falls over backwards.
Oh, wow.
Then I'll use the rest of my movement to get under the bed and use a hide action.
All right.
And stealth is a 25.
Oh, yeah, you disappear.
But there's a gray ooze under there. No.
Oh no! I'm invisible and being eaten by an ooze. No!
The bed's a mimic.
So Ophina tries to escape this cultist's grasp, but isn't able to, and that makes it Venon's turn.
All right. Green flames kind of roil down the blade of his sword, and he's going to swing at the cultist that is next to him. 14?
Yeah, 14 hits.
Okay. So the cultist next to me will take 9 damage, and the other cultist, the one that's behind him, will take 3.
Cool.
As the flame kind of leaps.
From one to the other.
Yeah.
The first one just shrieks, but thankfully nobody downstairs can hear it over that darn tabaxi. And he just falls to the ground. And like you said, flame just leaps off from the other one, singeing the other cultist's face. He grabs his face and bites his tongue and screams because biting your tongue sucks. And that makes it the doctor's turn.
And I'm actually also going to
I'm sorry.
forward. I'm going to step forward and kind of point my blade at the leader and say, "Unhand her, you fiend." We're going tropey, right? Is that
Super tropey.
all right?
All right.
I'll take my shillelagh'd quarterstaff and swing at the guy in front of me.
Whoa!
Oh yeah! All right.
Yeah.
All right, our luck's turning finally.
And I say, "Have a nice fall," and I smack him on the head with it.
Well, he falls straight down to the ground and dies.
Yay!
Did you want to move?
Yeah, actually, I guess I'll move up to this guy. That way you can't like free run away.
All right. Richard.
Well, I'll fire at the same person, the one who's in front of Henry.
Okay.
Since I have my spell up, might as well make use of it. Vashard hangs his bow, retires, and opens a small bed and breakfast outside of Suzanne.
Bashard just swan dives off the ledge,
Yep.
lands on the tabaxi.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you miss again. I think your arrow lands over here somewhere. It doesn't stick into the wall. It just like flops against the wall. And
Bashard, there may be an enemy behind you shooting at me.
Sure, I'll check that out.
So this cultist runs up and attacks Fashard.
Yeah, I deserve it.
Does a 14 hit?
14 misses.
All right. And then this one kind of looks around. She has decided that maybe this wasn't the best plan that they had come up with to grab the stone. And she says, I'll give you one more chance. Give me the stone. Or she gets it. You can tell she's pretty desperate.
Is that what she's doing with her turn?
Yeah, I think that's what she does with her turn.
Just from under the bed, can an arrow fly out? So I'm hidden, so I have advantage. 24 to hit.
Wait, does she have a ready action to like stab this poor gnome woman?
Who knows?
Oh gosh. All right, Sprig, good luck.
Oh, I rolled poor on the sneak attack. But just from under the bed flies like an arrow that like weaves its way through the railing and like past Henry's shoulder.
Yeah, I think it's so close to Henry that like he can feel the breeze coming off of the arrow as it sticks into this woman. She takes a step or two back. She says, "No."
And then I will move from under the bed. 1, 2, 3, 4, or actually that'd be 4. 5. Bonus action dash. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm just the governor.
What?
What? What did you say?
The whole combat stops. We all turn and look at Sprig. This is Sprig, I'm sorry. I don't think anybody understood that.
You heard me. I very clearly said the governor. I'm not going to repeat myself.
We all look around awkwardly. Yeah. What he said.
They.
What they said.
So that makes it Venon's turn.
All right, I'm gonna move up. Man, I'm really torn between kicking her over the railing or just hitting her. But I feel like I'm gonna try to kick her over the railing.
I was gonna say, how's your strength?
Yeah, I mean it's good. So I need a athletics or acrobatics check.
All right.
All right, so she is pushed 5 feet over the railing.
Please let her fall on the tabaxi bard.
She falls straight on the bar, breaking her back and all of the glasses on the bar. The tabaxi stops, and everybody looks up at all of you on the second floor.
Guys, problem solved. The purple dragons will be here shortly.
I don't know if we have time to answer all those questions from him.
Did you want to take a move, Venon?
Oh, I guess there's still one alive, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
Bashard's
okay.
going
I'll
back
take
to
care of him.
Let's all just sit back and let Bashard and have a duel.
He needs to do this on his own.
This guy's going to push for short over.
Oh, you piece of...
Don't worry, Bashard. Already action a healing word if you fall.
I guess that makes it the doctor's turn.
As soon as
Are you readying a healing word?
No. I'll move over here and I'll throw a flame at him. Miss.
Yep, totally misses. Sets the staircase over here on fire.
Oh, God. It was the dragon cultist. You guys all saw that.
Mm-hmm. It makes it Vishard's turn.
Taking a page from Venon's book, I too will try to throw that person down. But first, as a bonus action, now that the leader is dead, I transfer my hunter's mark to that person.
Okay.
in front of me.
Getting some use out of it.
Oh, wow.
On 21.
Well, here goes nothing.
Crit. Ooh.
Ooh, it was close. Well, this should be interesting. And another one bites the dust.
Okay, would have taken an extra 5 from Hunter's Mark.
Oh, wow. Definitely did.
Lands on its head. You hear like the awkward like bone crack. Like,
Yeah, because it's completely downstairs, like quiet downstairs now. Because when the first one did, the whole room just hushed, and it was about that time they hear, running feet across this way, and then suddenly another one falls onto a patron's table. The table falls flat on the ground, its legs flying out around it.
And I think as I throw him off the ledge, I'll say, "It's last call, punk."
Really?
I'm workshopping them. I'm workshopping them.
Okay, I feel like we need to find a bard, and then we can pay them, and they'll come up with some good one-liners for you. Sprig says this as they collect the dragon masks from the people upstairs. So that's 4 additional ones.
I would leave the dragon masks on them.
It's evidence. I also check all their pockets.
Right. It's evidence that the people we just publicly killed were dragon cultists.
Yeah, that's why we need them.
That's why we need them to be wearing them.
That doesn't make any sense, Venom. What good are the masks going to do on them if we need the evidence?
It's going.
No, the guards. We need the guards to find the evidence.
Yeah, so we'll give it to them.
You are really bad at crime.
I am not bad at crime. Okay, I'll have you know I've only been caught once, and now I'm in indentured servitude for life.
Sprig, Venom here used to be what you might call local law enforcement. He might know what he's talking about with these masks.
Well, I'll leave the 2 on the ones downstairs. Now, we should probably get here before the guards show up.
I don't mean to point out the obvious, but I think everybody downstairs has seen our faces.
Which is why we should leave now.
But what about the plans with the Purple Dragon Knights?
Well, I mean, we just gonna go to their castle, right? Venom knows where it is.
Yeah, but they're on their way here. We can just save ourselves a walk.
Okay, but like, are they on their way here, or are there lackeys who aren't gonna listen to us on their way here? There's a difference between dealing with the person in charge and dealing with their idiot son that won't give you a discount on bread even though you buy it there every day.
I feel like that suddenly got very personal for you, Sprig.
Look, I'm just saying, if you have a repeat customer, maybe sometimes you cut them some slack. Sometimes they don't have 3 copper pieces. Sometimes they only have 2 copper pieces, and you can cut them a break on day-old bread. Sorry. Anyway, we need to talk to the people in charge, not their lackeys.
So what's the decision? And I mean, you guys can roll like against each other if you wish.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain that this was a public brawl involving members of the Cult of the Dragon. Presumably, some fairly high-ranking purple dragons will be involved, possibly a war wizard.
And I'm going to explain about bread some more. What do you want me to roll?
It sounds like persuasion versus persuasion.
Sprig, you know what would be a really good idea right now?
But before we roll,
It's a 5.
It's a 10.
Sorry, you said before we roll?
I was going to say, what do we get if whoever wins? But I guess you guys are staying.
Look, I agree with you on the bread thing, but that's why we should stay here because the bread is coming to us.
I still don't get it, and you broke my wand and you threw it in the fire, and now I'm really mad. But this is a democracy, and fine, whatever. Dash.
To be fair, Sprig, your wand turned into a stick when he was done with it.
Whose fault is that? Clearly, it's Venon's fault.
I am sorry, Sprig. Your stick could not handle my magical prowess.
Apparently, I need to be more careful with whom I trust my sticks.
Well, your stick was very useful, Sprig. I feel like we got a lot of use out of it.
Are you kidding me? It burst once and then was ruined forever.
I know, it only took one shake and then it burst all over the cultist.
Do we know that this wand recharged itself, or I mean, your friend who got you imprisoned and now you owe 1,000 gold pieces did give it to you?
Normally, after such a huge burst of energy, it takes at least 10 minutes in a sandwich to recharge.
Man, magic is weird.
In some cases, yes, it is.
So I feel like it's just body jokes until the Purple Knights arrive.
Do we have to feed the bull a sandwich?
You know what you should do, Sprig? You should hide. And then we'll try to find you after the Dragon Knights leave.
Why would I hide?
They're trying to play hide and seek with you.
Henry,
They're coming.
Do I look like an idiot to you? Nobody over the age of 15 plays hide and seek, Henry.
How old are you, Sprig?
I can't count over 16.
So you're at least that?
Well, I'm more than that. I'm not good at counting, so I don't know how many more than that. But more than that, I'm like a 16 and a half, maybe?
All right, Sprig. How about this? How about words can get really complicated when dealing with people of power. But since Venom has already been one of these people presumably coming to question us, he might be the best one to handle the talking unless you're specifically asked a question. Does that make sense?
All you had to do is say, Sprig, just don't say anything, and I would just shut up.
Well, don't say anything. More or less, it's like speak when spoken to.
All right, fine. I can play silent. That's not a problem. Look, I'm quiet all the time, really. So it's not about. All you have to do is say, Sprig, don't talk, and then I won't talk. I'm a model of solemnity, sort of model of.
Martin cuts him off and says, "Silence! They're here."
Oh. Don't worry, not a word, not a peep, not anything out of my mouth. Zilch.
So about that time, about 10 city guards come in, and just as expected, 2 or 3 purple dragon knights accompany them. The bar keep hiding behind the bar still just kind of points up in your direction, and they kind of fan out. Some of the guards go towards the bodies of the cultists on the bottom floor, but the 3 purple dragon knights and maybe about 7 guards come up the stairs.
Definitely like hands up, like trying to look innocent.
One of the knights steps forward and says, "What's going on here?"
Venom will step forward, offer his hand, and as he does, he'll kind of tip it so that his purple dragon signet ring is visible. And he'll say, Sir, Venom Torch Tower, retired guard, Purple Dragon, stationed in Wayloon. These dragon cultists arrived at the inn, trying to abscond with some property that didn't belong to them. We intervened with lethal force as the situation called for, and put them down. We have reason to believe that, well, they intimated as such that they expect the item that they're after to be delivered to the cemetery by dawn, and they have a hostage. We're hoping perhaps you can look into it. We have reason to believe that the leader of this cell of cultists is a Thayan.
Interesting. I haven't seen this much action since the war in Symbia. It's been peaceful around here lately.
A little too peaceful. That's what brings these types out. People let their guard down. Forget about law and order. Forget about the importance of justice, and, well, we can see the results.
You all, identify yourselves.
I'm Dr. Henry Purr.
A doctor? A knight?
Vasher Deli, sir. I'm a local ranger.
Seen much of the Kingswood lately?
I've been around a few times.
And then he looks down at Sprig. And who are you, little one?
Sprig looks over at Henry and goes,
I'll say that's Sprig. He tends to run his mouth, and we didn't want him to distract the investigation.
I'm not a he.
Oh, apologies, Sprig.
I sleep in a barrel.
A ranger, a knight, a doctor, and an urchin.
I know it sounds like a bad joke, sir.
Prefer the term barrel dweller, but
He turns his attention back to Venom and he says, "What is this item that they seek, that you speak of?"
I'm not entirely certain. Rumor has it that it's a stone of some historical significance. It was found in the Cormorel estate. It was purchased by this gentleman over here, Martin.
Interesting. There were some murders recently at the Cormorel estate.
You don't say.
I'm not sure what happened, but it seems like this cult, and he kind of like kicks one of the cult members, like takes the mask off their face with his foot. It seems like they were involved there too. So Martin, what's going on? And Martin just blabs, and he tells the whole story. And he's like, "It's a heart of Thalglor the Great. We found it, and and he just tells the whole story, and the Dragon Knight, who finally introduces himself as Alric Wyvernspur, he says, "Fine then. I think maybe you should all come down to the Citadel with us. Perhaps you can speak with the Lord Protector there."
Of course, we'd love to.
He kind of stands to the side and like waits for you to usher yourselves into the guard's hands.
Yeah.
I usher forward.
What about Sprig? I want to know specifically what Sprig does.
Sprig is going to give Ophelia several gold pieces, like 3 of them, and just tell her to stay here at the inn until it's safe, and that she can look to Martin for protection because he's a former adventurer.
Okay. It's about that time that Sir Ulrich says, Martin's coming with us.
Oh, okay. You can't look to look to Martin for protection, but just stay here and find maybe like a small space to be in where people can't see you. Maybe there maybe a barrel. Barrels are pretty comfortable.
She takes your hand and she's thank you, Sprig. I'll make sure to stay out of the way. She kind of rushes off and disappears behind like in the crowd basically that's gathered. So I think on that, would it be appropriate to fade to break?
Oh my. Yeah, wow, it's already 9:15. Yeah, sure. We can take a 5 to 8 minute break. Come back after.
All right, and we'll pick up back at the Citadel.
All right, cool. See you in a moment, everyone. And we're back. Hello, everyone.
Hey, so yeah, I think the first thing we see is the dark flickering of a flame light as a heavy door closes behind the silhouette of the four of you. And we kind of pan back to see that the torchlight is lit up this interior kind of like general like meeting place. There's a large like there's the large wooden columns that hold up the second floor and very large black wooden tables that sit on like a dirt floor. Sir Elric says, "Wait here. I'll go get the Lord Protector." And he kind of like nods at the guards behind you and kind of disappears up a staircase that leads out of the room and into the stone walls that surround the room. You've got a little bit, if you want, to maybe speak amongst yourselves in front of these guards before the leader comes down.
So I'd just like to do a wellness check on everybody. If you were to say your hit points were this many and you were this many, does anybody need any healing?
I'm only 2 down from normal. It's fine.
I'm fine now. I got burned pretty bad, but your magic got me up.
Are you all planning on fighting your way out of here?
No, it's just the fight with the cultists, because we sure did a good deed today at the inn. Fighting off these evil cultists that were harassing this lady and potentially wanted to fling her off a second story.
I agree with that, Martin says, looking nervous. He's like clutching onto the book that he just got and kind of looking around. You can hear heavy armored feet coming down the staircase, echoing off the stone wall.
You guys, I'm just kind of stopping to thinking about something. I've killed a lot of people in the last 2 days.
But they were bad people, Sprig.
Well, yeah, I mean, they were all like cultists and stuff, and they wanted to like wreak havoc and stuff. But like, I've never killed anybody before today. I mean, stolen from them, sure, but not killed. Why don't I feel worse about this? Like, I feel like I should be really torn up about the fact that like I've got a kill count in nearing the double digits, but I don't feel anything about it really.
Because these...
You know, guards, before 2 days ago, I never met this gnome before.
I don't know. Do you guys, and Sprig turns to the guards, do you feel bad when you kill somebody?
They like look back and forth at each other and then like at you and kind of shrug their shoulders.
I don't know, Vash, have you ever killed anybody before 2 days ago?
You know, Sprig, I've killed a lot of bad people.
Do you ever feel bad about it?
No, because I only kill in self-defense. I'm not a murderer, if that's what you mean. That's what makes you feel bad, is when you murder people. We acted...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we acted in self-defense. It was us or them, or an innocent bystander.
I guess. I can't help but feeling like I should be more torn up about it, but it was just surprisingly easy. And how easy it was is kind of making me feel a little weird in my stomach.
As long as you're not feeling good about it, Sprig, I think you have the right mindset for it. I feel it's okay to be a little confused when you do something like that, but Bashard's right. If we didn't kill them, they have the opportunity to kill us and then maybe others.
I think it's right as you say that around the corner walks a large lady in full plate mail. She has a purple dragon, a regalia on like etched into the metal of the plate, and a flowing purple cape that goes behind her. She has her head shaved on the sides and pulled up on top. But the most interesting feature about her is this purple spell scar that stretches its way down her face.
What happened to your face?
Before 2 days ago, I didn't know this gnome.
When you say that, one of the guards is like, and she comes and she pulls out a seat and she sits down and she kind of puts her hand out, inviting you all to sit down as well.
Are there chairs, or does she just expect us to sit on the floor?
No, there's other chairs around the other tables.
Okay, no, Sprig is still going to sit on the floor.
Okay.
I'll take a seat.
Yeah, I'll take a seat as well.
Oh no, Venom, I can't hear you.
Oh, Venom will kind of sit heavily into a seat across from her.
Okay. She introduces herself as Lady Sale Ellenber, Lord Protector of the Purple Dragon Knights. And she says, it has come to my attention that there are some dragon cultists running amok in Cormier, and that you have dispatched them with haste. I guess we should be thankful.
Well, I mean, we don't actually know if they're dragon cultists. And Sprig is just gonna like dump out like the 9 masks that they have collected onto the floor, saving the 10th one for themselves deep in the thing. Because when we first met them, they called out to Shar and said they were all like, "In the name of Shar, be gone, foul person." And so we don't know. I mean, because Shar is like the goddess of lies and fried bread. So I don't know if they would be Shar, if they would wear Shar stuff or dragon cult stuff.
She smiles when you say something about fried bread, and she says, "You may be mistaken. I think that's Shantea."
Well, Shar is the goddess of lies and deceit is a type of fry bread. You know, because it's a life full of deceit is not a life worth living, because when you eat too much deceit, you get sick. And
the words of this gnome do not represent.
If you don't have inspiration, Sprig, take it. If you do have inspiration, you should use it more often.
I just want to reiterate, 2 days ago, I had no idea who he was.
Hey.
Interesting. So I see that he's the wisecracker of the group.
He talks a lot. We'll say that.
Hey.
Yeah, they talk a lot.
Sprig talks a lot.
Yes. My apologies. So, I hear something of the heart of Thalglor.
Indeed, it appears that these cultists are after it.
And a Thayan, even, this far south.
Yes, I was as surprised as you are.
I have to say, all of these things don't seem to be lining up. It seems easy to falsify testimony when it has so many comings and goings.
I would happily submit to questioning by a war wizard in a zone of truth, if it would make you more comfortable.
She says something like, "Who's to say you're not in one now?"
Fair enough.
And then with that being the case, you
I like
think
blueberry
we're telling
jam.
the truth.
Sprig absolutely hates blueberry jam. Do I need to make a saving throw of any kind?
Yes.
Okay.
Why
Okay.
don't you make a Constitution saving throw?
15.
All right. You feel bad about the lie you just told.
Oh my god. We are in the zone of truth. I hate blueberry jam.
So, where is it? When she says that, Martin gulps really loudly.
Last I saw, it was in Martin's quarters.
He stands and he says, "No, I've got it here." And he like looks around. I didn't think I'd have to get it out in front of so many people. And he reaches down in his bag and he feels around. He says, "What?" He says, "By Mask's dirty hands, where is it?" And he like throws everything he's got in his bag on his table. And he's like, "It's gone. What? What in all the gods' names is going on?" He's like looking through like papers to see if it's under like individual papers and like brushing things off, and things are becoming like chaotic. He's like, "No," and he's patting like himself down again. Where could it go? What? And he turns to Vishard and he says, "You have it, don't you?"
I don't have it. I think Sprig had it last when we were discussing Plan C and the minor illusion.
Plan C?
Oh no, he never handed it to me during Plan C. He just held it out, and then I make the minor illusion again in front of everyone, so that way I could do this in case we needed it. But he didn't hand it to me.
Oh,
I just double face palm.
Did any of the cultists get in the room?
Not that I saw. Oh dear, where can it be? And he starts he puts the book on the table and like looks in the book. Lady Allenber stands and she says, "Okay, you've had your fun. Give me the heart of Thalgor. I know that one of you has it, and if you wish to have my help and not my law and judgment on this evening, you will hand it over."
I'm gonna look at Sprig.
I would 100% give you anything you wanted if I had what you wanted. I just want to say that right now.
just in case, I'll rummage through my pockets to make sure it's not, in my satchel, a pouch, anything.
She crosses her arms and taps her foot. My patience is growing thin.
I start saying a small prayer to one of the nature spirits.
Milady, if anyone has it, it would be Sprig.
Why would you say that, Benny?
So what would Sprig do when the lady nods and 3 guards start to come over to turn you upside down and shake everything out of your pockets?
Why? You can't have it. We need it. It's plan. What comes after C? The plan after C is because we can't let him kill Tomer. Otherwise, the child grows up without a dad. So you can't have it.
Now what is he talking about?
Sprig is right.
The Thayan has taken a hostage. It's a friend of Sprig's.
And
his wife is expecting. It's all very complicated. But the Thayan has said if the stone is not given to him by dawn, Sprig's friend will be executed.
we don't want to give it to him. We have plans to trick him, but
Trick a Thayan. A wizard, I presume.
He almost killed Vash with one spell, but we can trick him. And if that doesn't work, I took the stone as the letter plan that comes after C.
Ah,
I think
D,
it's G.
Sprig.
D. Okay, plan G. Wait, no, you said D?
It's D, Sprig.
Okay, plan D.
Maybe numbers would be easier.
I can only count to 16.
Plan number 4.
Well,
Okay.
unless we come up with 17 plans, we should be safe.
And I don't think we're gonna need 17 plans.
I don't think you're going to need one plan. Tell me, what do you plan on doing with this said wizard?
Well, honestly, we hadn't planned on taking the stone at all. Sprig kind of just nabbed it. It fell into his pouch, I'm assuming, Sprig. We had thought about tricking him, but even then, it didn't seem like a good idea. We had planned on coming to the authorities for help before the fight happened in the bar, but that happened, and now we're here asking for help.
Venom said wizards can't see inside of lead boxes, so we were gonna get a lead box.
So, have you taken out the stone yet, Sprig?
Nope. I'm just backing away slowly.
Then you end up backing away into 3 guards that grab you
Yeah.
and lift you up off the floor.
Okay, I'll get it. I'll pull it out. Okay, hang on. Just put me down. I'll pull it out of the backpack. I don't want you to ruin my moldy bread.
They look at you, moldy bread.
I got it out of a tomb. It's basically a stone.
And they set you down.
I'll rummage through the massive junk pile and pull out the stone.
And one human tooth.
And like a couple of human teeth fall off of it. And blow off some dust. And I hold it close.
You hold what close?
The stone. And probably also a spare human tooth, because I imagine that the pouch just opened up inside the bag and now there's just teeth all around it.
She walks over to you, Sprig, and hands out and puts her hand out. I know you feel protective of it, Sprig, but it's probably safer here.
But what are we to do with Tomern?
Yeah, but what about Plan D?
I apologize, but your friend is probably already dead.
He wasn't a few hours ago.
From my dealings with Thayan Red Wizards, they're not much for courageous, honorable deeds. And if this Thayan wants anything to do with that stone, we cannot let anything like that happen.
But if he dies, then his child grows up without a dad.
It is better that his child grow up without a dad than it is for us all to die.
And Sprig just kind of defeatedly just holds it up.
She grasps it, and as she does, you can see the spell scar on her face glow a little brighter, and she takes this breath like a cold chill travels through her, and she almost doesn't want to touch it, and she takes a sack out from her back pocket and wraps it up.
She Gandalfs it.
Yeah, exactly. And she says, I know not what to do, but I think I know what's going on here.
I would really like to know. Martin said he was going to make anti-acid potions out of it, but
She smiles and she says, "Well, I guess I don't know if you could do that. This legally belongs to the Queen, as it's the heart of Thalglor, slain by Azun II.
He was kind of a dick.
honestly, she is welcome to it. Better off you have it.
Oh wait, no, Sprig doesn't say that because Sprig has no idea about the marriage. Sorry.
She asks, "How well do you know your history of the region?"
I look at Venon.
I also turned to Venon.
I also like I walk over and I like sit on Vishard's foot and then face Venom.
I know a bit.
In the prehistory, before Cormyr was Cormyr, these lands were ruled by dragons, I hear. Would that be true to your knowledge?
Well, yes, of course. They ruled from the mountains to the north, down to the Dragonmere to the south, and was ruled over by Thoglamorgus, or as he's more commonly known as the Dragon Thoglor, or the Purple Dragon. Well, that wasn't until the elves started settling the area, and one of them won a type of ritual battle against the dragon and gained the right to settle. Well, but you all know this.
Right. Everyone should know this common history. She says, Thalglor, Thalglor is not what we should worry about. I believe this Thayan and this dragon cult may be up to something no good. I need to consult with the sages. I think you all should stay here for the evening, and then we should speak about it again in the morn.
But we have to go to the graveyard at dawn to fool the wizard.
If you do that, Sprig, he will kill you. You know that.
I mean, unless you bring all of the purple dragon. You know where he's going to be. Just send all of the purple dragons.
And tell me, Sprig, in your ultimate wisdom, why is it that I should send my soldiers there to die for an unneeded reason? We have the stone now.
Because he's going to keep trying to get the stone and it won't be safe until he's dead.
It will be safe here. And he she pats you on the head.
I mean, you say that, but, and I want to she has like pockets or whatever, right?
Right.
Can I steal something from one of her pockets?
You can try.
Okay. I'm going to slide ahead of this. Please roll high. You know what? I'm even going to use my inspiration for advantage.
Oh, wow.
As I turn around, I look at one of the guards and say, yeah, 2 days ago. Didn't even know his name.
27.
Oh, no.
What do I get from her pockets?
Let me roll.
Keys to the city.
She's going to lose something. Then she's going to be like, locate object. Oh, yoink.
Really? Huh. Okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Put your hand in a bear trap.
It was close. Yeah, you're able to take something out of her pocket while she's looking at you.
Yeah, just like I have her attention focused on my eyes while I'm talking to her. What do I pull out of her pocket?
A small glass flask filled with clear liquid.
You say that, but check your pockets.
She looks at you
Drink it, Sprig.
and checks her pockets and says, "Impressive."
And I hold it up. And I go, if I can pull that out of your pocket while you're looking directly at me, what do you think a wizard can do?
I'm not understanding your question.
I mean, that wizard contained power that was strong enough to kill the shard in one hit without even trying. He can see things from a distance. He can teleport away. I literally live in a barrel, and I just stole whatever this is, and I uncork it and drink it, and throw the glass vial over my shoulder from you, and you were looking directly at me.
No, you immediately stop talking.
Oh, okay.
Sprig turns into a cloud of mist.
Oh, no.
All of the guards kind of look around, and she takes a step back as this like heavy mist and fog like rises up in the in the room. So Sprig, what do you do now?
Spring is very confused because they thought it was just like alcohol or something. And so first they're going to try and talk. And when that doesn't work, they're just going to freak out and mist everywhere.
So now's your chance. Do you escape?
Spring, I don't think Spring has the presence of mind. But you know what? Sure. I guess if I'm freaking out, I'll probably go out of the nearest window.
Yeah, or crack in the wall. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
She sighs heavily and looks back at Fashard and Venom and the doctor and says, "Well,
The actions of the gnome do not reflect the actions of this party."
Honestly, I barely know the guy.
2 days ago, I couldn't tell you his name. We were just hired to do a mission together.
Look,
well,
Sprig means well. And despite what you might say, we still believe that Tomern is alive. And that we should at least try to get him out of trouble.
can we press the pause button right quick?"
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. I didn't think I was going to turn into a clown.
Me neither. Oh, wow. Okay, so would Sprig have the can Sprig make a intelligence check for me?
Oh, good.
An intelligence saving throw, I think.
Oh, good. Oh, actually, a saving throw is better because I actually get a bonus to that. 15.
Okay, cool. So you know you can end the effect in any time of your choosing.
Oh, this is not good. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Then Sprig is probably going to end the effect somewhere outside of the keep.
So yeah, we see this massive cloud and mist congeal and turn into a shape, and then turn back into Sprig again. What's Sprig doing outside?
I don't like magic. Who keeps a cloud in their pocket? Okay.
I think at that time we go back inside, and she says, "Well, I was going to offer the potion to you as a means of rescuing your friend if you were really looking forward to it, and we're going to press my hand in the matter, but
Sorry, it's like the words "I think you should" were so perfectly timed.
Mm-hmm.
So, tell me, do you wish to go fight this red wizard?
It was not our intention to. We know that we're severely outmatched and outclassed by him, but we were hoping to come here and gain help from more powerful individuals.
These powerful individuals are very busy keeping our city safe. And with it being 2 hours after midnight, it may be hard to jostle some of the most powerful up.
No, we 100% understand that this was not a foolproof plan, or that even if any of you were available, but we are throwing ourselves at the mercy of the city here, and perhaps of saving a life.
Will you make a persuasion check for me, good doctor?
Sweet.
Please tell me you maxed out charisma.
Yeah, totally. I'll use my inspiration on this. Gosh, where even is it? I roll it so often.
All right. She says, yes, the life of one. It is unfortunate. Let me tell you that. I hurt with you. But if the stone has anything to do with that keep, it cannot be taken anywhere close. And we should all probably be getting ready for what's to come.
So you would allow a murder that you know of to go unpunished within your jurisdiction because the purple dragons are afraid of the murderer? What if the Thane kills more people afterwards? Will you let him just run hammock inside the city?
Almost sounds like intimidation.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm trying to get at.
So yeah, go ahead and roll intimidation for me.
I mean, come on, you. Please roll high. 21.
All right. I hear your words, Vishard. And I see what you're doing there. But my point is, one can die in order to save many. Wouldn't that be the best thing to do? Don't you think?
But if the Thayan doesn't have what he wants, he's going to go after Tolmern's wife afterwards. Now that elevates the death toll to 3. Now after that, he'll probably go,
When you say that,
Oh,
Martin
here
speaks
is
up.
definitely on the list.
Yeah, Martin speaks up when you said and he'll go. Martin speaks. He'll go to Winterhaven. I'm sure of it.
why Winterhaven?
Well, in the book here, and he rifles through the book and flips several of the pages. He says, "Here, that thing I meant to show you all earlier. There's another stone just outside of Winterhaven, and they say it belonged to the dragon Shadraxel."
Martin, are you insane?
Well, I'm just saying maybe it would be quicker for us to get it than for the Thayan too.
So you would propose we get that stone and exchange that for Tormern's life?
Well, I doubt we could make it all the way to Winterhaven and back in the evening. But I'm just saying I feel like this Thayan may need more than one stone to do what he is doing. And Alamber says, as do I. And it goes back over to Martin, and Martin says, he'll be going after this one next. Anyway, whether he gets the one we possess now, or he gets it later, perhaps it would be better for us to collect them all first.
Do you think that he only needs one stone to complete what he's trying to do?
I think Lady Allenber speaks up and says, no, I believe he needs 3 stones. But like I said, I must consult the sages.
He's going to get 3 stones. He's going to put them in a glove.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
snap his fingers, and then bam, half of Faerun. Gone.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to play in that Faerun.
The one with only half the people, or the MCU Faerun?
Why not both? .jpg?
I mean, we only need to get costumes. We have the rest of the night.
See, first we were gonna be pirates who sold bread ship to ship. Now we're gonna be superheroes. Anything but Steven's story.
Maybe we can strike a deal with the Thayan. Pretend we'll fetch the stone for him, so that he give us Tormund back. And then never actually giving him the stone.
I feel like we already made that deal. And then I feel like we need to go in there indignant and say that his stupid cultists showed up at our inn, and as a result the purple dragons arrested us and we don't have his stupid rock anymore. And just act like it's his fault.
And lead him straight to us.
Yeah.
We make a persuasion check with advantage.
Why is he my problem?
Yeah, I mean...
Ooh, just what we needed. You can tell she smiles a bit, and she says, "That might be a plan worth considering." Tell me more.
Oh, it wasn't really a plan. I was just frustrated. I didn't really think it through. But, I mean, he did send his cultists to the inn, which brought the purple dragons. And so if he believes that the stone is out of his reach, well, perhaps Sprig's little friend is no longer of any use to him. He doesn't have any leverage over us. And we have no interest in the stone. And so... and the stone is out of our reach. So perhaps if Sprig's friend is of no use, well, I mean, it's kind of a coin flip, I suppose. Perhaps he'll just kill him there, because he has no use for him, but perhaps he'll let him go. You know how precarious these things are.
Yes. Well, we might be able to go about this. Turn the Thayan away from Suzail. Rescue your friend at the same time. I might be persuaded to help you with this plan.
What do you need?
I need your assurance that you will find the second stone before this Thayan does.
Of course. Anything to keep it out of the hands of an enemy of the crown.
I mean, we will try our very best if we can, but I can't assure you that it won't happen. Does that make any sense?
Yes. Yes, Doctor, it does. I will send 2 knights and a war wizard with you. Will that suffice?
It should.
I will bring them down. Make your plan. And she turns and starts heading upstairs, and she says, perhaps we'll need that lead-lined box. And she disappears up the stairs again.
Now that she's gone, where is Sprig?
Yes, where is Sprig? Has he been looking through the peephole this whole time? I mean, I'm sorry. Have they been looking through the peephole this whole time?
Well, no, they wound up outside of the keep.
Oh yeah.
So they're just like, they spent a moment of like, ha! Being a cloud sucks. And then decided, since the purple dragons weren't going to help, that they would just have to deal with it themselves. So they are sneaking their way to the graveyard.
All right.
Quentin! You just... How dare you?
Well, thank you, Quentin, for all of
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks.
great.
subs. And hi, Raiders!
Hi, Dad.
That's a whole lot of alerts going on the screen right now. There will be a lot of tiny wizard going wahahaha for the next couple of minutes, but keep going.
That's cool. Okay, sorry. So yeah, I think as the camera pulls back from you and goes through the ceiling and kind of shifts, and we see the night sky of Suzail and the lights burning, in the distance, lighting up the different taverns and ale houses, and then we find a specific street, and we go down and we see Sprig walking by themselves. Towards the southwest gate that exits town.
Yeah, they are just kind of going through their giant bag of garbage that is their backpack, looking for anything that could possibly be useful, and also like collecting different bits of things as they walk, like mud, like anything sticky that they can find, like just and trying to get like a ball of gross stuff that could be thrown and like stick to a thing, if and they put that in a pocket.
Will you make a survival test for me? Just kind of like the scavenging aspect of survival. I want to see how long this takes you.
17.
All right, not too long. So I'll say maybe it's close to 4 by the time you get there.
Okay.
And you can see in the eastern sky, like the darkness, just starting to become twilight in the far east towards the mountains.
Okay. Then Sprig is probably going to hide in some bushes near the graveyard and just do their best to kind of observe it and try and formulate a plan. Because right now the plan is throw something gross at the wizard and hope that it distracts him long enough to get away with Tomorn. And that's not a very good plan.
Yeah, as you approach the graveyard, will you roll, I guess, stealth? Yeah.
Sure. Normal poop. 27.
Yep. You're gone. Disappear. So as you are sitting there, so out of character, do all of you want to get to the graveyard before the wizard and his friends?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, let's do that then. I think
Sprig's gonna have a few hours ahead of us, or a few minutes,
yeah,
I guess.
yeah, definitely. Maybe an hour. Let me move the map right quick and see how this works.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not entirely sure where Sprig is.
I'm not entirely sure anybody knows where Sprig is. All right, Sprig. As you get to the graveyard, there's several like ancient mausoleums. This graveyard is so old that like most of the graves aren't like even like noticeable anymore. You find like an old section covered in like there's a broken cart here. There's an old well that's must have dried up 100 years ago, and several of the mausoleums lay like decrepit and broken about. There's this area that kind of the trail into the graveyard kind of leads to this area where the well is, that's surrounded by like 10-foot stone walls, like of natural stone. It's like a little gully here, and along the edges are bushes that sit up about 10 feet above this area where the ruined mausoleums are. Do you know where you would want to hide? Or instead of that, let me just move you over to the map, and then you can... Whoops. Just a second.
Whoops is such a scary sound from a DM.
I know, right?
Oh, whoops! Let's get those Tyrannosaurus off the map.
So yeah, can everybody see that one now?
We can see darkness.
I see everything.
I can see.
Because you forgot to put Reginald.
The mouse.
Reginald? All right. I'm going to find Reginald.
Real fast, is the well like closed up, or is it just dry?
It's just dry. It's not closed up.
Okay, so it would go down like dozens of feet.
Yeah.
Okay, then Sprig would probably just want to hide in like these bushes right here, like in them, like curled up around the roots, like into as tight of a spot as they can get. Like rub some dirt on their face, like maybe spit in some of the dirt so it's like more like mud, and like rub it along their arms, and like just really dirty themselves up, and like just like a spider sifting into sand, just wiggle their way down into the dirt.
And the bushes there in the middle?
No, into these bushes over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. And let's sorry, my mouse, like it's off center. It's kind of weird.
Oh.
That is weird.
Yeah. It's very strange. So yeah, I think then that the 6 of you will then enter soon after. And this is being weird, so I can't place anybody anywhere. I might have to reload. Sorry. All right, so I placed you all on the on the road. I'm gonna refresh right quick. So you all like find this this area here, old decrepit part of the graveyard. It's obviously the part where the wizards put a sign that says like we'll meet here. Everything will be okay. Do you call out for Sprig, or?
Do we want to ambush the wizard? Because if so, we ought to hide and wait for him to show up.
What do you mean by ambush? As in attempt to attack him, or just remain unseen until we wish to be seen?
remain unseen until we wish to be seen. He might.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yep.
I am not great at hiding. So
I also have some shortcomings in that area as well.
But I can help you both.
I think what I would like to do is all be the bait. So I would like to hold the lead box and kind of just stand in the middle of the graveyard and let him come to me. Whoever wants to hide can hide. And I actually think it's a good idea if the War Wizard and Purple Dragon show up later as well.
Okay. So not all at the same time.
Yes, what I would advise is I would say to the Purple Dragon and War Wizard, show up like you're here to arrest all of us, because that's how I'm going to set it up with the War Wizard or with the Thayan. I'm gonna say like that he blew it. He shouldn't have sent his men after us. You know, we've got what he asked for. Turn over, the hostage. We've had to spend all night like ducking purple dragons and war wizards because now they're after us because he sent his men to the inn.
They agree with your plan.
Then in that case, I think we shouldn't hide at all. Because we come here in good faith.
Right. Yeah, so my idea is to try to get the prisoner exchange, try to get him to turn over that they've come in good faith, and then, then we stab them in the back.
I think it's funny that Sprig is literally sitting 15 feet from you.
Yeah. And we have no idea.
Right.
And I'm just gonna be like, we have no idea what happened to our gnome. We lost our gnome.
If Sprig was here, I'd really just tell him how I felt about him deep inside, but
Venom is like, honestly, it's probably a good thing that Sprig isn't here because I feel like he's gonna jump the gun and like just. I would be concerned. I'm kind of resting easy, knowing that he, isn't gonna just shoot an arrow at an inopportune moment.
So yeah, the purple dragons turn to you, Venom, and they're like, "So, should we hide or go back to the farms?"
Yes, just come up in a few minutes, or if you see me, if you see my sword ignite.
Okay. So they're going to go over here. And they're going to try and get in the bushes.
Awful crowded in these bushes.
Real fast, I misunderstood necessarily the layout. Is there if I just real quickly adjust my position?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, because I did not realize that we would be coming in from this side, so I would actually be in like these bushes right here, because they can see into like here and here.
Right. Okay. So where do Vin and Vishard and the doctor place themselves?
I'm just gonna kind of be right in the middle.
Yeah, the center structure. Okay.
I guess I'll hang back here behind this wall and duck down.
Now they'll probably be entering from the road here.
I shall turn into a smallish mouse and hide in the tree. Or bushes or whatever's right here.
Right, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think you'll be small enough not to have to worry.
Okay. I'll give the Thane wizard like the finger as he walks past as a mouse.
The mousy finger.
Yeah.
All right. So you all don't have to wait for long until you hear like footsteps coming down the way, and before you can see them, you can overhear like speaking, like they're talking to each other, and as they approach just around the bend, you hear one of them say, "Oh, I'm glad we got here before they did. That would have been something if they were here to ambush us."
Wait,
And then, what?
No. Keep talking. I'm just wondering who.
And then yeah, they come around the bend, there, and I think about that time, he eats his words, and he says, "Oh, they are here already." Yeah, they could easily see you there. And Venom, you said you're standing there with the box.
Yeah, holding the box in my hand, kind of tucked under my arm.
Yeah, then they definitely come around here. And this one says out, "All right, let's see what's in the box." And the red wizard says, "Yes, I think that would be the best thing to do. You brought the stone."
What kind of maneuver was that, sending your men to the inn? We've had no end of trouble with because of your Stlarning idiocy. You send people to attack us in public. We've had to dodge purple dragons all night. We've had to deal with war wizards. I don't know what you were thinking.
I knew you didn't sell that stone, and that Martin had it.
Well, yes, we sold it to Martin.
Well, I'm glad you made it out fine. Now, give it here, if you know what's best for you.
Hang on. And I'm gonna draw my sword and ignite it and say, is the gnome okay? Let me have a look at him.
He's here. He's fine. And yeah, it's about that time you see Tomorn. He looks a little beat up. He's still burnt and like covered in ash and soot. And he's like, "Oh, I'm okay. I've seen better days though." And you hear footsteps approaching.
Well, let the gnome go, and you can have the box.
Fine.
Set it down. I'll set it down right here. I'll place it on the ground in front of me.
He says, "Fine. The gnome never meant anything to me." And Tomorn runs over, and I think it would be about that time that these purple dragons show up.
And I'll turn to the gnome and I'll say, "Run."
Oh
And,
no, it's the fuzz.
And yeah, about that time, the leader here, she calls out and she says, like, "Halt, everyone!" And they unsheath their swords, and the war wizard like cracks her hands, and like lightning like spits off of them. And they say, "You're all under arrest." I want to know what Venin and Vishard do before, and Sprig, and Sprig
As
before.
a cone of coldness comes towards you, what do you do?
I'm going to impose myself between the gnome and
All right.
anyone else, and kind of strap my shield.
And I would like to take the gnome with me and bring him beyond the small wall over here.
Okay.
Before I tell you what I do, I just need a little bit of clarification.
Yeah.
When we saw the wizard cast his spells before, did he use like weird bits and baubles from his pouch, or did he have like a crystal or something that he channeled his spells through?
Can you make a perception check for me?
Sure. I'm not very good at them, but I can. That's a 1.
You're
He
not
conjures
actually
them
sure.
out of your thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are not actually sure.
Okay. So then Sprig, seeing this happen, is going to take the opportunity while hidden to dash towards the wizard and just shove that ball of gunk into their face and mouth. Like they're trying to get their eyes, their mouth, all of it.
But you're so short.
There, yes, yes, I am.
He's just gonna dunk it.
Going for the dunk, y'all.
It's like jumping on his back.
So we're going to do that, huh? I mean, we're going to do this, huh?
We're doing it.
Wow. All right.
I'm trying to blind the wizard. I'm trying to get gunk in his mouth. Whatever I can do with this ball of disgusting.
All right. Yeah. Give me but a moment. All right. So yeah, because you're hidden, I'm going to let you make the roll first. And I think sleight of hand seems appropriate.
Do I have advantage because I'm unseen?
Yeah.
Okay. Please, please, please. Oh, double 13s! No! Double 13s!
Well, 13 actually works.
Whoa!
So you rush up and just jump all of a sudden from behind from this overturned cart. Sprig, we just see Sprig come from out of focus and into focus, and the red wizard turns and like, huh? And about that time, just this mush of like mud and soot and other terrible, horrible, nasty
Like
things.
there were some horse pies on the way.
Yeah. And just right into his eyes and his face. And he turns like clawing at his eyes, trying to get it out, and it just makes it worse. And he says, kill them all. And we need to roll initiative.
Cool.
Let's roll high and get the F out.
I got a 7. Oh no! Steven rolled a natural 20 for somebody and I'm not okay with it. It was nice knowing you all.
We are so not good right now.
I have so many characters.
The words Archmage and Knight are on the screen and I'm not okay.
Yes, but Knight plays before Archmage. Oops, not Mage.
All right, so let's hit that. And I think the big guy with
Initiative order.
what?
I'm the last in the initiative order.
Oh no. But hey, at least you got your sneak attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this big guy up front, carrying like this huge mace, he says, "All right, boss, I'll be happy to kill them all," and he rushes straight for Bishard,
Wait.
and pulls his mace out with a heavy thud,
Well, 21 hits.
and deals 8 damage.
Ow.
And as you reel from the blow, he brings the mace back up again. Ah!
13 misses.
All right. And that makes it Bashard's turn. Look at there.
Well, I'm gonna turn to Tormund and say, Tormund, run! And I'll draw the blade and get into take the dodge action.
That's a decent idea. Okay. So you don't want to attack the thug?
No, he's focused on me, so I'm gonna take the dodge action for now.
Okay. That makes it Doctor's turn.
How tall is this wall I'm behind?
10 feet.
Okay. I'll move up here. I'll throw some fire at the thug. See how this does.
It leaps off of your hands and hits the thug right in its chest, exploding in a small fireball that crawls up the side of his face for 2 damage.
Sweet.
Lit his cigar.
That makes it the knight's turn. So this one rushes in and attacks the cultist. It says, "I gave you a chance," and rolls a natural 20 and kills the first cultist. And then turns her attention to the next cultist and gets a crit and rolls 17 damage and yeah, that was dirty.
Uh-huh.
And in a quick flash, she unsheaths her sword and in one fell motion cuts them both in half. And that makes it the mage's turn.
No,
What?
You're missing a knight.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
Whew.
So this knight rushes that cultist. Oh, not cultist, knight. And attacks and kills this one. Takes a step forward and attacks the red wizard. And he says something like, "Die, Thayan!" And misses.
Well
Yeah,
then.
he trips over the body of this dead cultist that he has to stand on and kind of like loses so then it's the archmage's turn. And what did Sprig roll for sleight of hand? A 13?
Yeah, it was 13.
All right, so I'm going to say in order to overcome this malady, that basically the archmage is blind and can't cast spells because can't say anything. So each round he'll have to make a Constitution saving throw with a DC 13. Cool.
It bought us a little time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
At the beginning or at the end of its turn?
At the end of the turn.
Okay.
Well, I bought us a round.
All right, that makes it Venon's turn.
All right. Guys, I'm doing it.
Oh no!
If you all pull this off, I don't know what I want to do.
Oh, an 11 to hit.
No,
Oh.
that would be a 20 because he's flanked.
Oh, that's true.
Rule
That's
lawyer.
a 20.
Oh, yep.
Thanks, Simon.
No problem.
For 5 slashing damage.
5 whole slashing damage. Oh, you hit him. He goes, "Ah, you imbecile."
And
And-
if he moves, he takes 1d8 thunder damage.
Okay, so you booming blade him.
Yep.
All right. and the cultists get to act. This one attacks Sprig.
Oh my.
Bring it.
Y'all, if we all use our actions to push the Thayan, we could end up pushing him down the well.
Oh,
You want to take 20?
I can just grapple him and carry him.
I mean, it might work. That cultist misses, and I think all the other cultists are dead.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
All right. So that makes it this war wizard's turn. She steps forward, her fingers crackling with lightning. And the GM checks the character sheet.
She pulls out this tiny stick.
And
Duct tape around the end.
she casts magic missile. Why did that only cast one?
You have to do it only does one at a time, so
Yeah.
that way you can do as many as you need to for your level. 12 points of damage.
Cool. To the Thayan. So right as he like digs this mud out of his mouth, four. I'm sorry. Not mage armor. Darn you. I'm bad
As a
at this
reaction,
game.
yes, mage armor.
That would be pretty badass, actually.
10, 12, 13, 14 points of damage, yeah. So yeah, these four force bolts just fly out of her hands and hit the mage. And she says, "Give me some space and I'll waste him." And that means Sprig's turn.
Sprig just looks to Tomorn and says, "Run! Your wife's waiting for you!" And moves 1, 2, and is gonna stab this guy with their short sword.
Okay.
21 to hit. With sneak attack, 11 points of damage.
Oh yeah.
And is then going to see. It's 2 bonus action disengage.
Okay.
3, 4, and then get into this like corner right here, like behind the wall.
Okay. Yeah, and that gives you cover.
Okay, and that's their turn.
All right. Yeah, and Tomorn runs away.
All right, Tomorn is safe. We won, guys.
Yeah. That makes it this guy's turn. He says, "Oh, you haven't won yet," and he attacks Fashard again.
With
He's at disadvantage.
He has a disadvantage.
Yeah, because I'm using the dodge action.
Oh yeah, thanks. Now is that disadvantage to both of his attacks?
Yep, all of them
Okay.
until my next turn.
Cool. So he definitely misses. He's like, "Stand still, you little bugger!" And then it's your turn.
All right, and then I think I'm gonna make an attack
Okay.
and use my sword with both hands and miss because he's not flanked this time.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
He like lurches out of the way, throws his body unnaturally to just barely be missed by your sword.
And I will give the wizard room. I'll take an attack of opportunity. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I'm gonna go over here.
And he misses the attack of opportunity. And that makes it the doctor's turn.
So I'll call out and be like, I could probably entangle the wizard. Should I?
Yes.
All right, I'll move forward a little bit and I'll cast Entangle. So a 20-foot square, I guess, would.
It's 4 by
Like-
4.
Like
Okay.
that.
That's what I was thinking too. Thank you. So yeah, just like it says, like weeds and vines just sprout up from the ground and like sprout around all three of their legs and feet, and
Yeah, it's definitely like both hands, like. "Ugh."
That was pretty cool. Cool. And you moved and you took an action. So is that it?
I think I can cast a cantrip after that still, can I?
If it's a bonus action.
Oh, nope, never mind.
So that makes it the knight's turn again. She steps forward and attacks the archmage. It says,
If he fails his saving throw, then is he restrained? Because that would give her advantage on her attacks against him.
a creature restrained by the plants can use its action. Is there a saving throw?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
strength saving throw against Henry's
A
spell.
creature in the area
Oh,
must succeed
okay.
on a strength saving
I'm
throw.
sorry. I just read the first one, that like the strength saving throw to beat the to like get out.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'll make a strength saving throw.
DC 14. Oh,
I know, right? I guess I should roll for the cultist as well.
he totally had disadvantage on that for some reason.
Well, at least we got the cultist.
Got him.
And the knight.
Yeah, the knight's next to him. It's fine.
All right. Sorry about that. So yeah, this knight takes a step forward and says, "Your evil magic won't rule here," and hits it with a 21 for 7 damage. And hits again. But I'm sorry, attacks again and misses as the archmage steps out of the way, smiling an awkward smile. He turns his attention on the war wizard and says, "You'll take care of me, will you?" And I think he...
Yeah, like what? Finger of death? What do we got?
Disintegrate,
Summon to
power word
wrath.
kill.
Power
Kona colds our whole party.
Meteor swarm.
Just fireballs on top of himself to
Gate.
flex a little bit.
just the gate spell summons a Balor.
Oof.
He waves his hands around. Anybody that wants to make a perception check can.
I think I'm too far away for that.
I'd rather not know what's happening.
16. You can tell that he does have a small orb in one of his hands. He waves his hands around, and this mage has to make a dexterity saving throw of 6. Good for them. Suddenly, clouds gather over, and lightning spits out of one of them. Ouch!
Little do we know, this is like an apprentice war wizard, not like an actual one.
Oh no. That would be terrible.
First day on the job.
Yeah, she's hurt.
Oh,
She's
but
hurt
not
pretty
dead.
good, but not dead. No. After like the lightning clears, you can see like she's burnt down the side of her body and lightning bolt scars. Yeah, that makes it Venon's turn.
All right.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. This knight didn't take his attacks. Is it okay if he takes his attacks right quick?
Yes, please.
That's a hit. And that's a hit. Wow, for 23 damage.
So can we just like hire this knight to be in the party too?
Can he be my squire.
You can tell that this slash from behind draws blood out of the Thayan's back as its cloak, like already red, runs with a deep red out of that last hit, and then that makes it Venon's turn.
All right.
I mean, Venon's going to crit this guy and do a bunch of damage, so.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna booming blade. So I'm gonna like raise my sword up in the air. There's like a roiling of thunder. And 17.
Yeah, 17 definitely hits.
For 7 slashing damage.
All right, and if he moves, he takes an additional D8.
Additional D8. Yeah.
Cool. This he succeeded, so he moves up to Venon and attacks Venon with a 16.
Venon
Yep.
catches it with the shield.
So yeah, the mage gets up and brushes herself off and says, "Oh, it's not going to be that easy, Thayan,"
And then runs away.
and then runs away. Exactly.
Not going to be that easy.
Is this still like? Is this area still like viney, or could you move into it without?
You can move into it, but it's difficult terrain.
Okay. I am trying to think of what's the best to do, because with the situation right now, like she's got her hands at the ready, and she's got her component pouch open, but she doesn't quite know if everybody wants to be fireballed or not. How's everybody feel about taking a fireball?
I would rather not.
I'm far away.
She curses under her breath and says, "I asked for some room," and then
I'll look at her and wink.
and then she will cast Firebolt and hit for 13 damage.
Still is respectable.
Yeah. I think that was quite respectable. And that makes it Sprig's turn.
Okay, bonus action hide.
You're hidden.
And then Sprig is going to move 5, 10, 20 feet.
Mhm.
And seeing that the Thayan is casting spells through this orb, Sprig is going to try and get it out of his hands. Can I make a sleight of hand check to steal the orb from him? Because he's like, he's being slashed at on multiple sides. Like, there's a lot going on.
I think we should do like a contested roll, like that versus dexterity, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Which probably means that he's going to lose it anyway.
I have advantage for being hidden, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure before I rolled. 20.
God bless America. All right, wizard, what you got here?
I'm scared.
Come on.
Gonna be like a cursed bag of holding. It's gonna bite Sprig's hand off.
No, Kitten, we're waiting for a roll.
This is the most tense, like, several moments. No!
Oh, come on!
No!
Wow.
He would totally have disadvantage.
Wait,
Surrounded.
did I see this happen Are the walls too high for me to have seen this?
Let me check the map right quick. No, I think you could have seen it.
Okay, good.
So yeah, he yanks the orb back up and he's like, "Not so fast, but you will meet your death soon."
Oh, shit. That's my turn.
The thug moves behind Venom and but begins waylaying with a mace and misses.
Whew.
That
We
makes,
should go back to thug school.
I know, right? That makes it Bashard's turn.
So you said he raised his arm.
Yeah,
high.
he's like this, and Sprig's just like,
As-
Then I'll
As-
take my bow, knock an arrow, and aim for the orb. And fire.
Okay, I'm going to. I don't. How would you feel with me increasing his AC by 5?
I think that's fair.
Okay, and if you hit his AC, you hit the orb out of his hand.
As an aside, Sprig is now restrained by the vines.
Oh no.
Well, that's not
18?
very good. You hit the orb. We see the arrow fly through the air, and it hits the orb with a king, and the arrow breaks in half, and a bright light shines, and the orb falls out of his hand and lands a few feet to the side.
And then I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Cool. That makes it the doc's turn.
Now, Fran, I could try that same thing again.
You got me in it, so it's definitely working, right?
So what do you think?
Throw fire at him. I'm sure you won't do 2 damage.
I mean, it's up to you, but I'm hurt like hell.
What's your HP?
Let's say I'm halfway dead. Literally. Actually, yeah, I think I'm literally halfway dead. Yep.
All right, all. Will it matter though if I heal you if you actually get targeted by this guy?
Yeah, I mean, never mind me.
All right. All right. How many people? All right. 1, 2. We have a lot of people. All right. I'll cast Entangle again. Same radius, same spot.
Okay.
So DC 14 save, and I'll just pray
Strength
that.
save, right?
8. I have a -2 to strength, okay?
I need that Archmage to fail.
So the Archmage got a 16.
He sure did.
So Sprig is entangled.
I'll move here and take cover behind the wall and apologize.
All right, the knights get to waylay. Is that one flanking? Yes, they're both flanking. All right, this is going to be interesting. 7, 8, 14, and 9.
23, 30, 38 in one round.
Guess what just happened, everybody?
Oh, did we kill him?
Yes.
In a flurry of blows, as the Archmage turns and lunges for his orb on the ground, and about that time, both of the knights just waylay into him, spilling his blood into the dirt. So, I mean, he doesn't get a turn anymore. That makes it Venon's turn.
All right, I'm going to my blade ignites with green flame, and I'm gonna hit this thug. Oof.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not.
that's a miss. There it went. Now the cultists go. So this cultist is going to attack Sprig.
He has advantage.
5.
No.
He just saw his boss die. He's like pretty shaken. He's like, it just misses. So, the mage says something like, "I think our job here is done."
Yeah, you guys should leave while we loot his body.
There's still 2 left.
Yeah, she'll help out. As she firebolts the cultist, and that makes it Sprig's turn.
Sprig can't move, and Sprig is pretty sure that they can't get out, so they're going to whip out their short bow and shoot the thug.
All right. So you will be at disadvantage.
Why am I at disadvantage?
You're making a ranged attack while engaged in melee.
And you're restrained.
Wait, is the
The cultist is still alive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I change that then instead? Because I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
I'm going to stab the cultist with a short sword.
Sounds good.
11.
Barely misses him. He jumps to the side, and you stab a hole in his culty cape.
Shoot. I can't hide. I can't move, so I'm stuck there.
So the thug attacks Fashard again. I mean, Venom again. Swinging mightily. 6 damage with the first blow. He brings us... I'm sorry?
I was actually going to use the shield spell.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you see kind of red-orange sigils kind of spread across Venon's shield and then expand out and catch the blow.
Both of them, actually, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So just and like this, it like gongs almost when his mace hits the spell and like. Cool. I like that. That makes it Bashard's turn.
All right, I'm gonna shoot an arrow at the cultist.
Yeah.
12?
12 hits.
Oh, wow. Good lord, it's about time. 9 points of damage.
And kills the cultist.
And I'm gonna walk back here where I was and pick up my sword that I left on the ground.
Walk or strut?
Strut.
All right, that makes it the doctor's turn.
Power walk.
Yeah.
I'll how's Venom looking like from a distance?
Oh, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. I'll all right, I'll just throw a little fire, light this guy's cigar more, try to burn it off.
That hits.
Oh,
Hey, more than last time.
yeah. I might have.
Night. Misses. She's tired.
Makes sense swinging that great
Is
sword.
the
I get
thug
it.
the actual boss?
Right?
Yes.
Oh, that's a crit.
Oh. Maybe not.
So that is 24,
37.
37. And that's enough. Is that all the enemies?
Yep.
Awesome.
Or is it?
Suddenly from the well.
It's a banshee.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the knight kind of breathing heavily says, "We did it. I can't believe it. We did it." And I think the camera pans over to the orb that the archmage was holding, and we see in the orb there's another mage like looking into a crystal ball and like just clenching her fingers in anger, and we just cut to black.
And you see Sprake's reflection on it, like, ooh.
Thanks everyone for coming.
I can't believe we just did that.
I know, right?
That was a thing. We killed an archmage, and we're level 3.
We're not even.
Two.
No,
We're
we're level
level 2.
3, right?
You're level 3 now.
Yeah. Yes.
I just want to say, Yuck Ball was clutch.
Yep. Saved us a round.
Oh, okay.
Your pocket is filthy, though.
Oh yeah.
True.
Yeah, Sprake's gonna have to make like stealth checks at disadvantage because everybody can smell him.
Let's go around the table, outro ourselves. We'll start with begin with Matt, because I think you are going to have to go soon.
Yes, soon.
So tell us who you are, where we can find you, what you have going on.
So I am Matthew Lee. You can find me on Twitter at XP Matthew Lee. Right now I'm working on a couple projects. The big one that's coming up soon is a source book for Cormyr that includes quite a bit of information on the history and geography of Cormyr, 20-some maps of different Cormyrian cities and locations. It has 12 subclasses, one for each class, that are kind of related to Cormyr, or kind of appropriate to the setting of Cormyr. It also has rules for royal audiences and negotiations, as well as some modified overland travel rules. Just a whole lot of stuff for playing in this part of the Forgotten Realms.
Nice.
Super cool.
And let's go with Dr. and Reaper.
Yeah, I'm at Thragon on Twitter. Again, Simon, thanks for DMing or hosting, inviting me. Steven, thanks for DMing. I had a great time. Yeah, I'll pass it to somebody else.
All right. Well, Manny.
Hi, I'm Manny. You can find me at Twitter at bag_of_snails. I'm currently working on several subclasses for Dungeons and Dragons, and one of them is almost ready. It's called the Divine Agent, so you can probably read more about that on Twitter because I'm starting to talk about it.
Cool. And as always, thank you all three of you for coming and hanging out and playing.
Hey, we have 10 viewers thanks to that raid.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey.
And Steven, who are you? Where can we find you? What you have going on in your life?
Hi, everybody. Bye, everybody. I'm Steven. You can find me on Twitter at wolfwizard_. I, too, am working on something right now, and I guess it's actually going to happen, so I can talk about it. And I know I'm, like, really not supposed to do that. But I'm developing a small tabletop game for a folklore jam that's based on pre-colonial Filipino mythology. It's going to be like epic heroes climbing mountains, fighting giant ants, traveling the star seas, and all kinds of cool stuff.
Nice. And well, I'm Simon. That's my channel. Hi, everyone. We're done for tonight. Let's go raid our friends at Scraticus Academy, because they are awesome, just like we were tonight slaying an archmage. And I will see you again tomorrow for some Castle Falkenstein at 8 p.m. here on twitch.tv/wanderingdm.
See you, everybody.
Ciao, everyone.
Bye, everyone.